All right, good afternoon. I hope everyone's doing well. Beautiful day outside. Nice day to go play golf, actually. My name is Neil McKenzie. I'm the Senior Vice President of Marketing here at Universal. You are in the Learning Center. Hopefully some of you have enjoyed some of the content that we've produced here with a number of panelists and guests talking about a number of subjects that can help your business, and hopefully you've made some new connections. We record everything here, so not in the building, but in this room. So we have 11, So 11 events in total, and if you've registered for one, you'll get an email with a link to get to rewatch all of these in a couple weeks. Universal itself, a whole home resource. We have a new outdoor collection on floor 3, 2 new indoor collections on floor 2, and the ground floor that you're on features our special order upholstery assortment. We're now getting into COM, so that's an addition to our program. And we also have the Designer's Lounge, which features the beauty bar. So if you need a hair touch-up before a party tonight, please feel free to take advantage of that. There's also some cocktails. And this group will be heading over there afterwards for a champagne. So feel free to join them if you want to have some post-conversation. So that would be great. If you want to see anything in the showroom and just kind of tour around, just check in at the front desk. Everything in the showroom is tagged, so they can also give you a scanner. You can scan all the items that'll go into a wish list, so you just don't forget anything, and it's just a nice, organized way to keep track of things. So I'm going to hand it over to Laurie Laizure. So Laurie's going to introduce this panel, and I know we've been working with Eoin now for a couple of months on mine, and I think it's a really interesting product that can bring a lot of perspective and scalability to a lot of businesses. So I'm going to hand it over and let you guys get started. Thanks.
Hello and welcome. I'm Laurie Laizure from Interior Design Community. I don't know if many of you are members, but I hope you all are. How many of you are designers? Can you raise a hand? Okay, that's going to be great, because in our community, we do this very fun game called Deal Breakers. And if you've ever been on our community, we have this Instagram where we tell client situations, and you can tell me right now if they are a deal breaker or not, because we have these paddles for you. And you have thumbs up, thumbs downs. We'll do a few of them just for fun to just, get to know each other a little bit. Has anybody seen the deal breakers? They're kind of fun. So the husband and wife can't agree on any of your design directions. Is that a deal breaker? Deal breaker, yes. So yes, not a deal breaker. Okay. We have your single guy client is more interested in you than their design skills, than your design skills. Is that a deal breaker? Yes.
What's the budget?
That's a good one. Yeah, I've gotten that before. Okay. Your in-laws want to do you to do the design work for free. Okay, and the last one, your potential client's home is really, really messy, like super gross. Is that a deal breaker? Yes. Okay. And one last one, just because we're here at this great event, how many of you are interested in, expanding your income beyond design work, like getting some sort of residual? So that's a resounding everyone. All right, wonderful. So let's meet our fabulous panel, and we're going to start probably at the end with Eoin. I met Eoin because of Interior Design Community. Eoin Harrington from All Mine, he is the founder. Why don't you introduce yourself, Eoin?
Hello. Nice to meet you all. Thanks for coming here as well today. My name is Eoin Harrington, founder of the company. Before this, I was at Restoration Hardware and for 7 years. And while I was there, I was traveling the country a lot, and I would stay at hotels, and I was the kind of guy you'd see in the hotel pushing over a chair, looking for a logo or a brand to find out where it's from. And so that was one sort of data point for me that made me dig into the sort of shoppable world a bit more. And then also, when I bought a house in Sausalito, I wanted to buy about half the furniture in the home, and I was shocked when all my efforts to buy it fell flat. So started mine with the intention of making the world shoppable, and now we have 1,500 locations across the US that you guys can pop into and check out and see real furniture from brands like Universal, Four Hands, etc. So in that world, we've now unlocked a new way for retail spaces to be sort of introduced to both the public and to designers as well. So it's a resource for you guys. And also along the way, we had a lot of issues and challenges with the whole design process itself, and our design partners were having challenges. So we built Studio Mind to take away the issues of sourcing, because we have all the products in one marketplace. The tools are all built into the system. There is also now, just launched last week, the ability to turn any design you make into a shoppable design that you can broadcast around Pinterest, Instagram, wherever it may be. And unlike Like to Know It, which some of you, anyone here use Like to Know It? Couple. So it's a way to make revenue from your designs. They pay out around 3 to 5%. We pay around 15 to 20% for any sales that take place. But I can tell you more details later on. But that's kind of how we're here today, making more money from your designs and putting them out there in the world. So thank you.
Wonderful. And let's introduce Buffy next. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm Buffy Ferguson, Elizabeth Ferguson Design, and I'm based in Newnan, Georgia, which is just south of Atlanta. And I've been in business for about 20 years, and I'm a boutique luxury service design, full service design.
Yes, I actually checked out your website. I love it. So
Thank
good.
you. Thank you, yeah.
And then Margie Kaercher.
Hello, I am Margie Kaercher, and my design firm is Hearth and Honey Homes, and I'm based out of Tampa, Florida, and I do high-end residential and vacation rental design. And I've been in business for about 4 years.
Yes, and we have Caroline Simmel.
Hello, I think this is working. Caroline Simmel, I'm the Senior Vice President of Sales and Marketing for Empire Communities. We're a Canadian-based company. I'm based in Atlanta, and we handle Atlanta and Chattanooga. I've been with the company about 17, going on 18 years. I've seen a lot in this industry, and I just want to commend all of you because I am not a designer, and I personally think 1% of the population knows how to be a designer. I don't. That's why we have a great design team. But I just want to commend you, and that's why I'm here today, because most people can't do it themselves. And platforms like this really give people the opportunity to design their home and with a great budget and so forth. So we're really excited to be working with mine.
Wonderful. And lastly, Courtney Collins.
Yes, is this one working? Okay. I'm Courtney Collins. I'm the design director for Empire Communities, based out of Atlanta also. I've been with Empire for 9 years and have been meeting with customers, and then have now moved on to more of our community development and design. But just happy to be here. Mine's been a great asset to our company, so happy to share some of our experiences.
So the first question, I think, we covered, Eoin talked a little bit about how All Mine was started, and we want to make this more than just about All Mine. We're going to talk about a little bit about how to, get residual income, like other revenue streams beyond design work, because I think that's really can be super overwhelming for designers. We say all the time that designers have so many followers on Instagram. You might have 2,000, 3,000 followers, but how many of those are actual clients or even could be clients? But they are following you for a reason, so how can you expand your audience and be able to market to them in different ways? And that's why we thought All Mine was such a great platform. Now, Buffy, your design practice, you're a luxury design firm. Is this something that you had been thinking about for a long time, that you wanted to get into some sort of additional revenue stream?
Yeah, so I have been in business for about 20 years, and like I said, our clientele is more of the luxury, high-end design clientele, but certainly have had several clients through the years who are more budget-oriented. And to be able to keep up, and I'm a boutique-size firm, so I don't want a large firm. I don't want a huge staff. So to be able to keep up with that, I was, over the years, trying to figure out a new kind of spin-off of my business that would be, that would target more of a budget-conscious audience. And so I was connected with Eoin and mine through Universal, and just like light bulb, like, oh, wait, this might be the perfect platform for me to start this new spin-off business. So I'm really excited. We've been with mine for about, since February, I guess, so 2 or 3 months, and have really been playing with it and trying to figure out exactly what direction we're going to take. But I think it's going to be great because they'll handle all the procurement for us. It's so easy to go in and create the mood boards, pull from the marketplace, and it's just kind of like a one-stop shop. So we'll be able to produce more while I focus on the design end with my clientele. And that's really, that's the goal, I think, that I have.
I think it's a big goal for a lot of design firms. You're one person or you're a small team, and you're trying to get out there to as many clients as you can, but you're limited in just how many you can service in a period of time. So this allows you to market to those other clients in such an effective way. Now, Margie, do you think that that's something that is that a reason that you were interested, or did you have other reasons too?
Yes, similar interests. So I'm going to start off with my darkest secret. Just get it out there.
Ooh.
So I've been in business, like I said, for 4 years, and this is very controversial, and I'm going to quickly explain why I was doing it and now why working with mine is better. So when I first started, and again, I do a lot of vacation rental design projects, so smaller budgets than residential and tight timelines. Therefore, drum roll, I was shopping mostly retail. And I know. And Owen and I have talked about this, I know why we shouldn't shop retail, but there is a factor of accessibility, with vacation rentals, when the nature of the beast is stuff gets broken and ruined and it needs to be easily replaceable. And, the trade accounts and going to all these different vendors and minimums and warehouse, it was all so much for me to when I first started. And so there's the factor of the accessibility, the convenience, the lead times, and then the flexibility in purchasing and receiving. So it was just easier for me, and because of that, I jacked up my design fees because I wasn't making a profit off of the product. But then I had a couple designers slap me in the face and tell me that I shouldn't be working that way anymore, and I can still have a high design fee and make money off the product. And so I started working with another platform, and I thought I was doing pretty well with that, and I thought I was making money, and I was, until I met this dude to the right. I met Eoin last market, and he has been blowing me up ever since. But I finally got on board, set up a demo call, and he showed me examples of pulling, exact products from this platform that I was working with, and then comparing the product on his, and the margins were night and day. However, at this point, his platform still wasn't going to work for me because of the factor of, with this other platform, I could send the cart directly to my client for them to check out on my own, because my services, I have 3 different packages: virtual hybrid, and full service design. And for the virtual and virtual hybrid, it allows my clients to check out on their own. I don't have to buy and resell to them. And at the time, Eoin did not have that feature, and there were a couple other features about his platform that weren't going to work for me. Well, I gave him the most brutal feedback ever, and I basically was like, it's not going to work out. Well, he went and changed everything about all the feedback I gave him, and rolled it out so designers can now work that way if that works best for your model, and send the carts directly to the client for them to check out on their own, and then mine handles all the procurement and logistics. So that was huge for me, and it allows me to still make profit off the product, good profit, good margins, and not have to do that much work, which I'm all about, doing the bare minimum and making the most amount of money. So this is just really beautiful.
And she reminds me all the time now that she owns about half the company.
I do. Yeah, big IOU, big.
And then, you originally, though, Eoin, started mine with builders in mind. And it's a really interesting thing, because I think that designers would like to work more with builders, but it's always a tricky situation. And it's always a situation about who is going to profit over the materials. But when you were working with builders, what made you decide you wanted to pivot and also include designers in your marketing?
It was a natural sort of progression. We were working with the designers anyway, and we saw every single day the challenges that you guys face. And I think you're all saints, frankly. The amount of hurdles you have to overcome to get a project over the line is pretty insane. So on one day you're a negotiator, another day you're a therapist, another day you're a logistics master. So there's a range of hats you have to wear, and so we saw people going through the same problems every single day, even with different platforms that they were using as well. And this wasn't new to me either, because at my old company, Restoration Hardware, our design team, which accounts for a large chunk of the revenue of the business, they had the same kinds of problems. So we set out to try and solve those problems. And if you do it, like most things, if you do it right, it's good to have it all in one box, so it all speaks to each other and can be can support each other in the different sort of structures and phases. So that's how it kind of came to be, and we kept on for the last 4 years building pieces to it, and having amazing feedback from people like Margie, of course, goes an awful long way. And we're very responsive. We have a big engineering team, and we listen a lot. So we're very open to feedback, and we have Jacqueline sitting over there who gave a lot of feedback as well over the course of the years on how to build it out. So it's in my opinion, something like this is never done because there's always something new to do. Like, we haven't got a floor plan tool in there yet, but we have plans for that to marry in a very, very efficient way. We have an AI assistant that can also help you with a lot of cool things and save you a ton of time. So it's a work in progress always, but that's kind of how it came to be. And yeah, I would love to get more feedback and keep on building the best platform out there.
That's wonderful. Now, Caroline, you are on the builder side, and so you've been with Eoin a lot longer than any of the designers. What is your perspective on how that has helped your business or helped the business, and how do you feel that it has served you as far as a process? Because mine is actually has been working with builders for 5 years. So this pivot to work with designers is fairly new, but they already have had a successful business for 5 years, more working with builders. So from your perspective as a veteran of mine, how do you feel like this has worked incorporating into your business?
Yes, it's such a value add to what we offer. So we build homes. We don't sell furniture, but we have an incredible in-house design team that not only does all of our model merchandising, but they do design the home, the finishes, the tile, the flooring, and such. So when I met Eoin, it was through our rental division. Some people introduced us, and I thought, what a great platform. And there's a lot of companies out there. If I had a nickel for every customer that asked one of our agents, where did you get this model furniture? We wouldn't have to build homes. We'd be very wealthy. Everybody wants what they can see, what they can look at. I was just at an Urban Land Institute meeting in New York this week, and the big question was, are physical models going away with all the VR out there and it's an astounding no. People love models. So anyway, Courtney is our director of design. We do models, but the value add, not only are we using, and Courtney's going to talk about this, Studio Mind, to do our model purchases, which saves us a lot of time and money, but we're bringing that to the customer in these shoppable showrooms where they can get, and it's really one-stop shopping because most people that are building a new house really don't have the furniture to go in it. And what I love about mine is that they have, they can shepherd you through the process versus just going and doing it on your own. So that's been a really value add, and that's really where the industry's going, bringing marketplace to customers. So, and as a customer-focused company, we just want to be on the cutting edge. So that's the value.
That's fantastic. And do you think, Courtney, you're mainly dealing with the projects? So how about, you could probably tell the designers, what does that look like from the procurement side? Have you had great success with lead times? Are you feeling like the service is what you want it to be?
Yes. No, our team does model merchandising. It started as kind of like, we'll start with 1 or 2 models a year, and it's grown to probably about 12 to 14 that we'll do this year. So a big thing for us was, is there enough variety of products? We have a lot of communities that have different personalities to them and different styles, and so we want to bring that into the interiors too. And so our team has been really, really pleased with the amount of new products that are consistently added. And yes, from the development of the project, they're able to kind of search broadly for an ivory sofa, and it'll pull up all of the options, and you can kind of just start saving a few that you like to a project, and then, once you make your decision, you kind of add it into your mood board for whatever room. And it tallies up your budget for that particular room. It tallies up the budget for the overall project. So you're really able to kind of see this build and build, as you're curating these designs. So for our team, once they get it done, they just essentially hit the submit button, and it's so great because mine will do all of the ordering, all of the procurement for all of the products that we've selected. So it's saved our team a ton of time. Again, we were going from just a couple of models a year to a lot. It's kind of created a whole new department for our team, and so the ability to do this in a much more timely manner has allowed them the ability to take on more of those projects. So it's been great for them. They've really enjoyed working with it. So
That's fantastic. And I can say, one of the things that I thought was interesting, because I talk to interior designers every day. Interior design community, we have, like I said, a large following on Instagram. Designers bring me their problems or their questions every single day. We do funny memes, things like that. But we've noticed for a long time, there's just, the industry has had some hard time with like showrooms closing down, design centers not being accessible. Now, All Mine has 1,500 model homes that are shoppable around the country. And I can tell you some of them are in places that have design center deserts. There's nowhere to go look at the furniture. There's nowhere to go look at cool lighting. So, for designers in specific areas that need that touch, and for the brands to be able to have a space to show something where they're not having to invest in the full brick and mortar, is a really smart plan for designers too, to be able to have access to something that you wouldn't normally be able to see. So is that something that attracted you, Caroline? What do you think? I mean, not Caroline, sorry, Buffy, sorry.
Yeah, most definitely. So I'm based outside of the Atlanta area, and during COVID, so we had America's Mart.
Yes, yeah.
And I mean, you could go and walk for days. And so it was a great place to take our clients, or for us as designers to get educated so that we could properly source for the project. And during COVID, so many of the showrooms shut down. So it's really, it feels a little bit like a desert if you're not going during market now. So that's been fantastic. And so many of our clients, it's just a great assurance. But, going back to what you said about making everything so simple, it's really easy. And I love the fact that builds the budgets for you, so you don't have to worry about, can I use this sofa? Can I use this lamp? So that's been a great source for us.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. Now, Owen, is there anything exciting to come? I know you're trying to build new things. Is there anything exciting to come that we should be talking about?
Yeah, there's a few things. So on the shoppable design piece that just launched, so you can just, whatever you put together on a mood board, let's say you're sitting at home on a weekend and you watch The Great Gatsby and you're inspired to quickly throw together a little store. You can put the mood board together. It's got depth, it's got perspective, it's got drop shadow. So you can make very pretty mood boards. And then you press one button and now you have a shoppable design that again pays out around 15 to 20% on any sales that take place. So if one of your followers goes and shops that space, we take care of everything and we just send you the money. So one of the best chats we had recently was with Anne Sage. So she was a designer before. She, for years, was in that business, and she stopped 3 years ago. Her influence career became a lot more significant, and she sold a lot of product through her, Amazon store and other places. So she saw the platform 4 days ago, and she said, "I'm going to get back into design again now, and I'm going to start using your showroom technology, your shoppable design technology, to put her designs out there in the world." So that's going to be interesting. We also, on the AI side, if you're inside your mood boards, you'll be able to soon enough just say, "Hey, I'm looking for a sofa that's got this, this, and this, and this, and this," and you can write it all out, and Estelle will go to the 250,000 SKUs in the marketplace and grab the thing that's closest to that. So that'll come out pretty soon, which will save you a ton of time, because it's like when you have 85 vendors in one location, it's hard to know how to get to the exact product you want. So that'll be pretty handy. And there's other things as well. We have a room scanner that we're going to launch on an app that you can, if you're standing in a potential customer's home, you can scan their space and then get a 3D model of their house and use that to kind of impress them and help you kind of kick the project off. And as I mentioned, we will have a smart floor planner that'll come out soon enough. By soon enough, probably 4 months actually. But that's going to be a huge time saver as well. We're looking for every single thing where designers have to redundantly do the same thing over and over again. Try and get that out of your workflow and into some technology solution, so you can keep focusing on growing your client base and creating shoppable designs and putting them out there in the world and earning revenue in more efficient ways. So that's some of the things we have going on.
That's wonderful. And, I can tell you, too, when I first met Eoin, I was sort of interested from the designer perspective, how can designers make money with this? I was thinking that, the designers that are already have an Amazon store or have a Like It Know It, the percentage that they earn usually is so small. It's like 2 to 5%. It's really difficult. And the other part is it's all based on your own social media. So you're constantly having to share it. And so I suggested, and I know that Eoin's thinking about moving forward with it, is to be able to embed the whole store onto your own website. So you're not throwing them over to All Mine all the time, having to share it on social media all the time. You can embed your store on your own site. And the other thing that he has been fantastic with is, you have your social media followers, right? But you don't know their emails. You don't know who they are, really. I mean, you know that they're following you. So he's willing, if you're sharing it and someone that is following you clicks on the link, goes over to All Mine, purchases something, they become your part of that process is becoming part of your email campaign too. Your email. Now you own your own group of your own email list starts to expand. And those are people that have purchased from you once. They're much more likely to purchase from you again. So, as far as your own marketing, they're willing to work hand in hand. And that was really exciting for me. I was thinking, how many designers would love to have access to that kind of content. And it wasn't just, one little thing too. I felt like, Eoin, you're very open to ideas. Don't you find that, all of you? Like, I've had a company that was so interested in, a lot of people want to market to designers, right? But how many of them are asking you, what do we need to do to change so that we're better for designers? And that is a constant question you ask everyone that you work with, right?
Yeah, I'll touch on that. So we just had a call this past week with Eoin and Laura from mine, and they just kind of wanted to check in with us, see how everything's been going. And we brought up one thing to Eoin, and he was off that call, and head of IT was back on there to make sure that we had the support that we needed. And I think it was fixed, whatever it was, I don't even remember, but it was addressed like that day. They're so quick and so willing to, and you want to work with us and see how can the platform be better? How is it working for you right now? What can we do to improve upon it? And we were introduced to Estelle AI this past week, and she's been great. She's a lovely, lovely lady. She just, you can, if you have your mood board and you've made, large furniture selections, you can say to Estelle, what would be the best size art for above this sofa? And you don't even have to tell her what the sofa dimensions are. If it's already in your mood board, she is going to pull based upon that particular piece of furniture. And she's going to say, based on an 8-foot sofa, we recommend blah, 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 whatever it is, or what size rug would you suggest in this space? And she'll tell you. She's a smart one. So it's been great. We've really enjoyed using that too.
One other thing as well, very soon the profiles will launch too. So if you had like 50 or 100 shoppable designs, they all live in your profile. So we also have, of course, builders who we work with. One of our builders gives us 1,200 leads a month of new home buyers. So a lot of those home buyers, they want to work with designers who live in their area. So what we want to do is, when your profile is set up and you've got examples of your work and maybe shoppable designs, it could be your portfolio from before as well. We'll send those leads over to your profiles, and then they can pick whoever they like from that particular area, and that can be a source of new, projects for you guys. So that's what we want to do as well, is try to drive more business with partners like Caroline, get those new home buyers who are fantastic, they're fantastic clients. Generally, just FYI, not everyone buys furniture out of the gates, because oftentimes, especially now, houses are expensive, interest rates are pretty high, and they spend a lot of cash on a down payment. So, but in the course of the next 6 months, over the course of the next 6 months, maybe a year, they're going to buy a lot of furniture. So if you can get that relationship going with someone on the ground, with these clients, these potential customers, that's, of course, good for your business too.
And I can tell you, if you're following interior design community, you'll see me constantly put on a story, are you a designer in San Diego? Because since we've been working together in December, we've been passing designers over, and they have been starting to work with clients because he's looking for a designer in San Francisco, or he's looking for a designer in Florida, and I will just put it out there. I'll collect that information, pass that on, because if it gets you a client, I'm happy. I want to help you, so, and Eoin wants to help you, so that's great. It's a win-win, and that's what I have seen throughout working with you, is that there are so many wins. There's a win for the builders, and there's that win for designers working better with builders because they can share information and learn from one another, and make a better product for homeowners. And then there's a win for the brands because they can have these showrooms, and there's a win for designers in this too. So I really appreciate that. Now, are there any things that you wish that the platform had that it didn't have? Margie, you can answer maybe.
I think I've told him everything that I hate, and it's already been changed.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. That's good.
For me, one thing I want to add on to your answer of what's exciting to come, since I am 51% of the company, I'll go ahead and he's working on, is this working? He's working on a tool to make it harder for clients to shop us. That's not out yet, but no one else really has
Thank
it. Yeah, you forgot that one. That's a big one. But hopefully that's coming soon. So back to my point. So the real value for me is kind of having a one-stop shop. Again, the opening up all these accounts and having separate reps and minimums and all this was so overwhelming. So there's so much value in having a one-stop shop for trade items where you just, use the filters and put them what you're looking for, and you just, everything you're seeing here, it's in one place online. And another bonus is you can always, you're never going to find anything on mine that is above IMAP, above retail, or above retail. But if it's still not quite in the budget, you can always add whatever discount you want onto the cart to meet your budget, or to meet your client's budget needs.
Yes.
55%, 55.
Yeah, right. Still holding up what the brands would like too, right? So yeah. Well, wonderful. Eoin, I think you have a little video too. Yeah.
Sure. I could play you guys just what a 2-minute clip of how a design becomes an actual shoppable experience. So let me try and see if I can get to that quickly. And while I'm here, I may as well just also show. So Buffy's doing a show house in Serembe in Atlanta, a really beautiful community. So this is an example of a showroom that Buffy just does her mood board, and she presses a button, and this is what comes out the other side. So this is what she can then share, and it'll be embeddable on her site very, very shortly. In a couple of weeks, that'll be available. So that's the output of the actual program. So you design something, press a button, and you get this. Your logo is at the top of the page. It's it's all branded you. It's not we're very mine in the very bottom of the page. So it's all about you guys, and this is your store. So if anything happens with this store, you're making money. It's your world. This here will show you, if it plays, hopefully it plays, will show you what the experience is of actually creating a store.
I'll show you how to create a shoppable design. First, you'll want to make sure that you're logged into your account. Next, you'll be able to access the Studio 9 platform. I'm going to go ahead and pick up where I left off. As you can see, I've already dropped in a background, and I'm using perspective and drop shadow to give a little more depth to the room. Now, let me add a couple more products to finish this space. I'm going to go into the My Marketplace, and I'm searching for a chandelier I'd like to use. We're going to go ahead and use the Volca chandelier. So I'll go ahead and add that item in. And then I'm able to go back to my actual mood board and pop these So I'll go ahead and scroll down. I'm going to add in the Volta chandelier. And I also know that I'd like to use the reed chair. So I can type that in as well among all of my selections and easily access those items. Now, as you can see, I can remove the background here, and I can also change the size. One of the really great things as well is you can also change the image. I'm going to go ahead and set that, and I can also set my image here. So again, we'll be able to go through, decide the image that we'd like to utilize. I'd like to utilize this image, flip it over, and remove the background. And I like the way everything's looking, so we're going to go ahead and create our shoppable design. I'll follow my way back to the main room, and then I'll click Shop This Space. Once I click Shop This Space, it creates a unique link to my shoppable design that I can share anywhere on the web. I can also embed on my website, and I can also add to my social media. When a follower or fan of mine wants to buy something, it's the same as a normal e-commerce experience. They can click on a product and see a little bit more information about it, and then they can also add that to their cart. They can also quick add items as well. So once they see items that they love, they can just quickly add to the cart as well. Once they're ready to check out, we take care of everything, from shipping to customer service, and then finally sending you your share of the profit. And that's all there is to it.
That's it, guys. Yeah, and also, by the way, for us as a company, customer service is the most important thing. At my old company, that was one thing that we put a lot of focus on. And for us, with your guys' work, you know, we're a partner for you. So you have your customers that you need to represent and of course do a great job for. So we take that very seriously, that obligation. And I think if you chat to the designers who use our platform, you'll hear that we really go above and beyond to make sure that your customers and your business is represented well.
Well, thank you very much, and we'll see you and have a cocktail.